Hey everyone, it's Desy Cheng and welcome to the battle of the best 3132 liter backpack. For the contenders, we have the North Face Surge. Over here, we have the Osprey Tropos, as well as the Patagonia Black Hole. I will be going through each one of these bags, and I'll tell you about what I like and what I didn't like about each one of these bags. And hopefully by the end of this, it will help you decide which bag is gonna be right for you or not. So full disclosure, I purchased all three of these backpacks on my own, and I have no affiliation with any one of these brands, so everything is gonna be based on my personal and honest opinion. If you are new to my channel, I'm Desy Cheng, and I primarily focus on bags and gear related to travel, EDC, everyday carry, as well as photography. First, let's talk about the basic specs about these bags. On screen right now, there is a comparison chart with just the basic information and the specs, so feel free to pause at any point or take a screenshot. So before getting into each one of these bags, here is just a side-by-side comparison about what these bags look like, standing up on the table. The North Face right here is probably, probably the smallest one of the two. And definitely looking at the Osprey Tropos, it definitely looks like the largest. It's tall and it's definitely got some depth to it. The Patagonia also has some depth to it, but it lacks some structure. So if you really pack it out, it would probably fill out a little bit more. And this is what it looks like from the front side, and this is what it looks like from the back side. So now let's talk about the North Face Surge and my dislikes I have about this bag. So my first dislike is that this bag doesn't always stand up on its own. It just kind of depends on your weight distribution of the bag. Next up, there actually is no luggage pass-through, especially in a day like today where a lot of backpacks have luggage pass-throughs. This one does not, so it's a little bit disappointing. And I feel like the biggest dislike I have about this bag is just it's not comfortable at all. The straps are very stiff. The foam padding is a little bit stiff. It's just, if you have a lot of stuff in this backpack to weigh it down, it's just not a backpack I would feel like carrying around for a long period of time. So that's probably the biggest negative. And lastly, I just feel like out of all three bags, the zippers feel the cheapest. They're no name brand. I don't know, they feel cheap, but it hasn't broken on me yet, but I just don't have much confidence in them. Now let's get into my likes about this bag. The first is it's the cheapest one, so it's definitely the most affordable one. The next biggest feature that you'll find that this bag is better than the other ones is it has the most internal organization out of any one of the bags. So first off, just take a look at this kind of front panel right here. You got some nice admin organizers right here with different pockets. Not only that, you have a nether pocket right here. You have a fleece line pocket right here, which is another plus as well because I've never seen this in any other bag with this. It's a massive fleece line pocket. So if you had electronics or anything like that, this is gonna be a great spot for that. Or if you had like snowboarding goggles or anything similar to that. And then they actually have a dedicated admin panel. And again, pockets and a zippered pocket and pen pockets. There's just so much organization in here. And then when you're looking at the laptop compartment, more organization. They have a dedicated laptop sleeve as well as a padded tablet sleeve, as well as a third area for you to put your documents. So just tons and tons of organization within the bag. Another pro is that it does have some lash points right here. So if you wanted to hang on some carabiners and strap on different things, you totally can do external carry here or as well as the bottom. Another pro is it does have lots of reflective strips right here. Like there's one right there, there's one right here. So definitely it's gonna be great if you're gonna be using this backpack at night. What else? It does have a removable waist belt, and yeah, that's essentially. Oh, and the last thing is it does have a whistle in the sternum strap. Next up, we have the Osprey Tropos, and let's again start off with the dislikes I have about this bag. The first main dislike I have of the Osprey Tropos is this kind of front stash pocket. So number one, it's see-through, so you can see all of your junk and trash right in here, which I don't really like. I wish it was not see-through. I do like the stash pocket, but just not that it is see-through. The second thing about that stash pocket is that it is actually connected to these compression straps onto the side. And when you have it, disconnected, then this kind of thing opens up. And the problem is that you do want to disconnect, you do want to connect this compression strap almost all the time, but the problem is it gets in the way of the zipper. If you really wanted to open up your main compartment or your admin section, or even the laptop compartment all the way, this compression strap is going to be in the way. However, just from me using it, you don't need to take off the compression strap, so you can still access your main compartment, you can still access your laptop and all that kind of stuff. It just won't open as large. So next up, the admin section. I mean, it actually has a decent admin section, an organizer, and it does have a zippered pocket right here. But this is essentially it. I mean, when you're comparing this versus the North Face probably has 3 times as many pockets and things like that compared to the to this bag right here. And the other thing I didn't like about it was I just found that it's a very tall bag. So we do have stuff like onto the bottom. You're gonna have to try and go all the way down and then fish for your stuff. So that's kind of one thing I didn't like. And also when you are putting it onto your back, it just sits, fairly high on your shoulders. So it just overall just, looks just like a very tall bag. And lastly, it's a minor detail, but I just feel like this sternum strap is just very long. And so when you're definitely cinching it up or anything like that, you just have this one long dangly strap. I just wish that it was just a little bit shorter. And now onto the likes. There's actually a lot I love about this backpack. The first thing is it has an internal kickstand, so it can stand up on its own pretty much 99% of the time. No matter your weight distribution, you have a kickstand right here, and it's got an internal frame, and it can stand up on its own, which is amazing. The second feature, which I absolutely love, is their airspeed back mesh panel. Some people say it's a gimmick, but honestly, for me using it, this is amazing. There's this little space right here, and it's just an air mesh that's touching your back. So you have the best air ventilation possible. Your back doesn't get nearly as sweaty as compared to the other bags. And so this is amazing. I wish actually almost every single backpack had this. It's amazing. Now onto the straps. The straps are also very comfortable, I would say, compared to the other 3 backpacks. This is definitely the most comfortable backpack. I did wish it was a little bit wider of a strap, but that's okay. It's still pretty comfortable. And there's even still tons of air ventilation. You can even see the holes in the foam right here. So that is amazing. In terms of the sternum strap, just like the North Face, it does have a built-in whistle, which is great if you are in an emergency or anything like that. You can have a whistle right there. You don't have to carry anything else. It does have a removable waist belt, which I've already taken off. It does have load lifters onto the straps, which is really nice and handy because you can bring the weight of that backpack closer towards your body. As for the grab handle, this is probably out of all 3 bags, this one has the most comfortable and the largest grab handle. So I really like this grab handle. Now looking at the sides, the water bottle pockets, I would have to say again, out of all 3 bags, this one is the best one because it's extremely large. You can have a regular standard sized water bottle in there and maybe in a small umbrella in there in addition. And it also has this kind of, besides having this stretchy material, it's actually got a more durable material onto the bottom. So if you are putting, say for example, a tripod leg or a pointy umbrella or anything like that, it's not gonna puncture through this mesh area. And then they also have compression straps right here to really cinch up that bottle in case this is too large and your water bottle is too small. So this is gonna be great to keep that water bottle in there. And then it also has another compression strap. And not only is it great for compressing the bag, but it is also great if you wanted to carry additional things. So if you had a jacket or anything else that or a hat, you can just kind of, loop it through that and to carry it. So onto the zipper pulls. These zipper pulls are nice and big and large. And I find that the zippers on this bag are the best compared to the other 2 bags. Speaking in terms of the zippers, they actually have a storm flap. Right here they have a nice sunglasses pocket. There's a storm flap for that. This admin section pocket doesn't have a storm flap. However, the main compartment as well as the laptop compartment has a storm flap there, which is amazing. The other 2 bags do not have that. And the zippers are all YKK, which is great because they're, high quality. And the last thing I really like about this backpack is just accessibility. So if you are on the go and you just really needed to grab something, you know, you have that big, large, quick access stash pocket right here, or you have your side. If you're only using one water bottle, then you have the other one free or no water bottles, but you have big, large stash pockets right here. You have a quick access kind of sunglasses, smaller pocket right here at the front. So in terms of quick access, it's very easily accessible to grab your contents. And lastly, let's get into the Patagonia Black Hole, starting off with the dislikes I have about this bag. Now, in terms of dislikes, there's actually quite a bit, but the first thing is it doesn't, out of all three bags, this one probably stands up on its own the least. Right now, there's not much in it, but it just kind of, it tends to lean forward all the time. So it's not the greatest in terms of that. When you are looking at the side profile of it, it's kind of weird because when you do have things put out, even though right now it kind of looks rectangular, but when you do stand it up, the top kind of bulges out a little. So it looks like the top is bigger than the bottom, which kind of looks a little bit funny. The other thing I really don't like about it, the biggest thing is it has almost no organization, no internal organization. It just has two exterior stash pockets. So you have this kind of one stash pocket right here, which has, it's just one big open kind of pocket. And then you have this top pocket at the very, very top, and it's just one big open space. There's nothing for pens, no internal zipper, nothing. And actually on the inside of the bag, there is one internal zipper, which is just kind of at the back right here. And there is an internal zipper right here, which is nice, but that's about it. So there's actually no space for if you had small accessories or anything like that. Yeah, there's nothing for that. So no internal organization, no admin section, nothing almost. And then the next thing I really didn't like about this bag is that this top grab handle right here is sewn in the wrong place. Out of pretty much every single backpack I've owned, they've sewn it on the side so that when you open up the main compartment, you know, you could grab the grab handle and you can open up the main compartment and grab your stuff inside. However, this one is on this side. And what is the problem about that is, so when you're opening it, it's kind of awkward. And the other thing is if you are hanging it in like a locker or a door hook or something like that, it doesn't work. Because, you know, if this was the door hook, it's supposed to hook it up right here. You open your bag, you get your contents, cool. But the hook is right here, or the loop is right here, the grab handle. So it doesn't really work if this is like the wall on this side. So this is one kind of defect. I feel like, I don't know why they haven't updated it yet, but they should really change the placement of this top grab handle to like right here. I don't know why they did that. It's kind of stupid. The next thing I didn't like is just the sternum strap adjustment. I mean, they have this kind of archaic design where it's not even on a rail. The other two bags had it on a rail, so it's really easy to adjust your sternum strap. But this one you have to actually take it out and put it into this section or this section, which takes time and effort. And I know you really only need to do it once, but it's just kind of like, well, this is such a, bad design. Why would they even do it? For those who are looking for a waist belt, there is none. So there's no option to have a waist belt on this backpack. And finally, the last thing I didn't like is the laptop section. I mean, the other two bags had two dividers, so you can put your laptop, your tablet, as well as some documents, but this is just one big open space. So if you had a tablet, you just gotta throw it in there with your laptop in addition, or with your documents. So there's no organization at all. So now let's talk about the things that I do like about this bag. First off, there's a lot of these, lash points for daisy chaining or hooking on carabiners or different accessories. So I really, really do like that. The second thing is that this bag is extremely lightweight. It's like half the weight compared to the other two backpacks. And so, that's pretty good. The next thing I really like about this backpack is that it's actually very comfortable. It's nice and soft, got some decent ventilation, and it's definitely much more comfortable than the North Face. But when you're comparing it versus the Osprey, it's a little bit different. This one feels more like a soft backpack on you, whereas the Osprey feels a little bit more like a hiking backpack because it has that internal frame on it. However, the Osprey one has a little better ventilation, but this one just feels like a little bit more comfy and soft. This one also has a luggage pass-through handle, which is very, very nice. The other two backpacks do not have that. Now, in terms of the stash pocket, you know, I said that there's no organization, but some people actually like this. Some people just want one big open space, and they have like maybe a tech organizer or something like that to shove in there, which they use. So they would actually prefer using that. So this could be a pro as well as a con. Another pro is that they actually have a second grab handle right here. So you can carry it like right here, or you can kind of carry it like this. So yeah, just another way of carrying the bag. And lastly, one of the coolest things I like about this backpack is that it operates kind of like a large duffel bag. Look how massive this opening is. And you can just kind of take things out, see all of your contents, take your clothing out, your jackets out, whatever like that. It's just got one big, massive opening, and I really, really do like that. So let's wrap this video up. If you are someone who's looking for the best bang for the buck, then the North Face is not a bad option at all. It has so many pockets and organizers. It's definitely gonna be a great backpack. However, if you are looking for something that you're able to cram as much clothing in there as possible, and you don't mind having no admin because you're gonna be maybe having some tech pouches or something, then the Patagonia Black Hole is pretty good. It's a more comfortable option than the North Face. However, for me personally, in terms of the winner between these three, I would go for the Osprey Tropos. It's definitely the most comfortable. I could see myself traveling for days and weeks on end with it. I feel like it's just more versatile than the rest of the bags. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this comparison video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.